Coming up on the Q30 Newscast, see how the rising gas prices are affecting commuter students on campus.
Plus, hear from a faculty member about how the Environmental Studies program is going in its first semester.
And students are going home this weekend for Thanksgiving break. See how the shuttles are adjusting their hours.
All this and more on the Q30 Newscast.
Good evening, Bobcats, and welcome to the Q30 Newscast. I'm your anchor, Vanessa Blasi.
And I'm Hannah Mirsky.
Starting off tonight, we have breaking news. Last night at 11:22 p.m., there was an attempted burglary at one of the Quinnipiac-owned off-campus houses on Kimberly Avenue.
Hampden and Connecticut State Police officers led an investigation and found a suspect who is currently in custody. Students were notified around 8:30 tonight on the incident. Make sure to stay with Q30 News as more updates come out. And looking to the Quinnipiac University's weekly COVID-19 update, let's see how the university is doing after the jump in cases last week. There has not been a significant change in active cases on campus. As of Monday, November 15th, there are currently 39 active cases, and a total of 25 new cases have been found within the past 7 days. The total cases has now surpassed 100 throughout the semester. Make sure to take the proper health precautions during Thanksgiving break to help everyone finish out the semester.
Staying on the topic of Thanksgiving, Quinnipiac Chief of Public Safety Tony Reyes announced in an email to students that the university will be adjusting shuttle schedules to better accommodate students traveling home for Thanksgiving break. On both Thursday and Friday this week, there will be a special shuttle to the New Haven train station, leaving South Lot at 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., and 6 p.m. There will also be a shuttle picking up students from the New Haven train station on Sunday, November 28th, to bring students back to campus at 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and 6 p.m. for that day only. Meanwhile, yesterday on campus, in celebration of Thanksgiving, Q-Thon hosted a Thanks for Giving event to thank everyone that contributes to make Q-Thon possible each year. These people include dancers, committee members, management, donors, Connecticut Children's Hospital, Q-Thon advisors, and many more. There was trivia and food for those who came to celebrate, as well as a table to register for Q-Thon for this upcoming spring.
We just wanted to thank everybody that's a part of Q-Thon, all of our donors, dancers, management team, advisors, everybody over at Connecticut Children's. We just wanted to show our appreciation and also just remind everybody here at Quinnipiac how much we have to be thankful for.
Quinnipiac Study Abroad is back for students to begin traveling internationally again for the first time since COVID hit in spring 2020. Q30's Ethan Logue has more on what this opportunity will look like for the spring semester.
It was announced earlier this semester that Quinnipiac students and faculty would once again be given the opportunity to travel and study abroad. The decision leaves those interested in the program excited but hesitant.
I'm optimistically excited, but also taking precaution and ensuring that our students are safe and following policies and procedures and what our students need to be doing in order to have a successful study abroad experience.
The importance of following COVID-19 protocol is also essential for students traveling abroad.
Important part is, prior to leaving, that the students understand the restrictions that are in place for entering the country that they're going to, as well as the institution that they're studying at.
While COVID-19 remains a concern, there are other aspects of travel that make students uneasy.
I'm a little nervous considering everything with COVID, but also I haven't ever gone anywhere by myself, so I'm nervous about that part. I'm nervous about adjusting to the culture and obviously the new language and stuff too.
Despite the obstacles, Quinnipiac students are still looking forward to the various opportunities that the program offers.
I wanted to study abroad because I knew that I would have a lot of opportunities, and I had heard about the program because one of my upperclassmen friends had gone and she said it was really good.
The program additionally provides experiences that students cannot receive inside a classroom.
I think that it adds extreme value to our students, again, culturally, academically.
For Q30 News, I'm Ethan Logue.
The College of Arts and Sciences began developing 3 majors for the Environmental Studies program a year ago, and students were able to start declaring these majors this semester. Students have a choice in declaring a Bachelor of Sciences in Environmental Studies, a Bachelor of Arts in Sustainability and Environmental Policy, or a Bachelor of Arts and co-major in Environmental Studies. However, there was an understanding when the program was being developed that 2 new faculty members would be hired. A year later, the program has yet to see this happen because a hiring freeze put in place by the university due to the pandemic. I talked with Sean Duffy, the acting director of the Environmental Studies program, and a political science professor about the need for a new professor that is not already resident faculty.
There's a commitment to hiring 1 new faculty member in the Environmental Studies program next year. It would be nice to get 2. We need someone new in the sciences, and we also need someone in, say, environmental geography or something like that that can teach some of the more social sciencey things having to do with the environment.
Quinnipiac's EMS program helped recertify 23 of the Hamden Community Emergency Response Team members this past week in CPR, AED, and advanced first aid training. It is required to go through the certification process every 2 years to reinstate their American Heart Association card. Members of the EMS program became certified instructors at the beginning of the fall semester and now have a total of 12 instructors that can teach classes up to 23 people, aside from working with Hamden CERT. They have also hosted classes for Quinnipiac students and other organizations in the community. Matthew Durantic spoke with Madison Murphy, the Director of Education for Quinnipiac EMS, about how these skills will help them in the future.
Being able to learn these skills is critical to ensuring safe communities. So that's why, we're kind of pushing for these community education initiatives, because we want the community to be able to administer that care and be confident and comfortable in being able to do so.
As many students know, the university plans to place a $90 parking fee for all undergraduate commuter students this upcoming spring semester. The university reminded students last Thursday of this plan in an announcement on MyQ, stating that all undergraduate students must register for a new parking permit on December 3rd. Public safety will be looking for this new parking decal on the first day of the spring 2022 semester, January 24th. Despite the controversy surrounding this new fee, the university will continue with this plan. Last Thursday, the Student Government Association held their semi-annual Askaway event, but this time in person, for students and faculty to join. Both myself and Q30's Luca Triant spoke to many students at the event. Here's how it went.
Quinnipiac held their annual Askaway event this past Thursday, November 11th, for students to share their perspectives on different campus issues. This year's topic was inclusion on campus, allowing students to discuss issues as well as solutions to create positive change in the community. Quinnipiac Provost Deborah Leibowitz said her table talked about popular issues such as parking, food, masks, and more, and that she was glad she came.
I'm here because I want to hear what people are thinking, and so I think this is a space to try to make the community a better place. I hope what all of us are doing is trying to make the places that we're in, the communities we're in, better, stronger, more inclusive, all of those things.
Students who came were randomly assigned to a table that had a list of conversation starters and board games to encourage discussion. Third-year legal studies student Anesu Meni said she left the event with some new ideas in her head.
We had a really interesting discussion about what we wish we could have changed in our college careers. And I know with COVID, a lot of people are saying that they wish they could have studied abroad. And that's something that I find interesting because I still have that opportunity. So maybe that's something I'll think about.
Last year's Askaway event was completely virtual. Therefore, many people were grateful to have face-to-face conversations this year.
Having the human interaction, being able to sit with a group of students and just talk about things, talk about their experience, ask questions, laugh together, that's so different than being online.
Askaway is set to return next semester in the spring. For Q30 News, I'm Luca Triant.
On Tuesday night, a group of improv actors at Quinnipiac called Comic Sans performed a small show for students right in this building. The performance featured skits such as meter-maid mess-ups, pet snakes and spiders running amok, and reporters taking too much inspiration from filmmakers and trying to stage crimes. The Fourth Wall Student Theater president and Comic Sans leader Erica Pajonas spoke to Luca Triant, saying that she hopes Comic Sans can be a stress-free and fun break from students' busy lives.
Commuter students feel about higher gas prices.
But before we go, let's toss it to Luca Triant for the 3-day weather report. Luca, how does it look like we're going to start our Thanksgiving break?
Well, as students are heading home for the Thanksgiving break, here's what we're going to be seeing over the next few days. Right now, today, we do have some overcast, and with a high of 52. That was today, going tonight for a low of 48. Tomorrow, the high will be at 52, with it going colder down to a low of 32, but we will be seeing some sun in the sky with some partly cloudy skies. Now, Friday, when most students will probably be leaving, we will be seeing some more sun with some mostly sunny skies, again with that high of 52 going down to another chilling low of 34. I will have more of what's going on in the next few days and other things in the show right after this break.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry, I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's in the SOC.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Thank you for sticking with us. Q30's Olivia Cattell talked to commuter students about the raise in gas prices. Let's see what Olivia has.
Gas prices are rising across the country, and many commuter students are very unhappy about it. The price of gas has been on a steady increase recently, and among those affected by the cost are commuter students who make the drive to campus every day.
I've never seen them this high before. It's definitely, $3.60 now I've seen everywhere around here. It's definitely, a lot of the money that I'm making with my on-campus job is going to gas.
One of the many reasons students choose to live off campus is to save money in the long run, but the increasing gas prices are making this a challenge.
It's definitely not a good thing for us spending that much money on gas. We have less money to go out and have fun and to buy food.
Some students are even searching for ways to minimize their use of gas.
I only buy gas now whenever I can get money off somewhere. I try to carpool a lot too to school, but doesn't really cut down too much.
The prices today are vastly different from those at the start of the pandemic, and heightened demand for gas has driven up its price. With the records being set across the country, the near future of gas prices is uncertain for commuters. For Q30 News, I'm Olivia Cattell.
Gage is here with us tonight to share some updates from Capitol Hill.
Gage, what's new in politics?
Thank you, guys. A lot has happened in politics, so let's get right into it. We'll be getting COVID updates as the Biden administration is interested in purchasing 10 million doses from Pfizer for their antibacterial experimental pill. Biden was originally going to purchase 5 million, but after hearing how successful the pills have been, he decided to double it. The antiviral pill has shown an 86% reduction in the risk of hospitalization or death from COVID-19. The pill is to be administered in combination with an older antiviral drug called ritonavir to reduce mild COVID cases. The United States may not be taking part in the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing this February. The Biden administration has been thinking about boycotting the Games because of China's recent human rights abuses. The Republicans are willing to take it a step further and say not only will there be no American officials to the Games, but there will be no American athletes at the Games either. According to United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken, the U.S. is not the only country thinking about boycotting. Quote, we are talking to allies, to partners, to countries around the world about how they're thinking about the games, how they're thinking about participation, end quote. Finally, in a recent poll, the majority of the voters stated that they were for the Roe v. Wade landmark decision from 1973. This poll was created in response to a high court case that is going to take place in December in the state of Mississippi. The state is looking to ban most abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy. This new state law presents a challenge to the Roe v. Wade decision from almost 50 years ago. Another interesting statistic that the poll found was that majority of Americans oppose the Texas law that banned abortion after 6 weeks of pregnancy. In a broader sense, majority of Americans believe that states should not pass laws restricting abortions. That is all I have in politics. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Gage. Stick with us as we head into our second break of the show. Luca Trion will be in the studio to give us our weather updates from Connecticut yes.
Plus, A.V. Evans is here for a national news update. All this after our break. Stick with us.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to the Q30 Newscast. The weather keeps getting colder. Vanessa, I really don't think I could take any more. How do you think the weather's going to be?
Me neither, Hannah. I feel like if it's going to be this cold, it might as well just snow. And maybe it will. Who knows? Luca Trion is here to give us a weather update for the next week. Luca, are we going to see snow?
Now, I don't think we are going to be seeing snow just yet at this point in the season. Not winter yet. And now, 10 years ago, maybe with that Halloween nor'easter, but so far, not yet. But let's see actually what's going on right now at around, 9, 10 o'clock around the state of Connecticut. So here we have, here in New Haven, right where we are right now, it's going on at 55 right near the coast, going a bit north Danbury with 50, and going north to Torrington with a very chilling 48 right up there, right in the northwest corner of the state. Now going to the capital, Hartford, very similar to Torrington, again, very far from the coast, not getting those warm breezes coming in from the ocean. But as we do go to the the eastern side of Connecticut, we do see kind of that similar worth here in New London with 55 right around now and 51 in Norwich. Not that much different, but still a little bit chillier the farther you go from the ocean. Now the 7-day forecast, what we're going to be seeing as we go into the Thanksgiving break, as I said earlier, we are going to be seeing some overcast today, tomorrow kind of going partly cloudy skies tomorrow. On Friday, we are going to be seeing that sun, don't forget, but it is going to be getting chillier and chillier as we go throughout the week. So not snow yet, but still kind of getting to that location. Now for Saturday, as I'm continuing from the tees, we are going to see a high of 47 going down to a low of 38. So we are going to be seeing, going colder and colder, but it will be sunnier. Some clouds here and there, but definitely more sun. However, as we get to Sunday, we are going to be seeing some rain in the afternoon with a high of 57. So warming up again with a low of 44. So we are warming up a little bit, but on the flip side, we are getting that rain. Now, of course, on Monday, we are going to be seeing rain the entire day. So make sure, as you're enjoying your break, as you're enjoying your week off, in or around Hamden, make sure to bring a rain jacket wherever you're going. If you're going out, if you're enjoying things with your friends and family, it's going to be fantastic. But don't forget, it is going to be raining with a high of 55 and a low of 32. And of course, on Tuesday, it is going to be chillier again with a high of 43 and a low of 30. Definitely not as wet, but definitely getting colder there. So, Hannah and Vanessa, we are going to be seeing those winter chills coming up soon, but I think we're safe for now. Anyways, back to you both at the desk.
In honor of International Education Week, Student Programming Board held a cultural fair on Monday called Around the World. Q30's Katie Cohen covered the event. Let's see how it went.
As a part of International Education Week, the Student Programming Board paired with the Department of Cultural and Global Engagement and Campus Life to show the Quinnipiac community cultures from all over the world. The event featured stations with activities ranging from creative snacks to foreign games.
Today we are doing stations. We have 5 different stations. We have a cookie decorating station. We're going to be decorating flags on the cookies using different icing colors. Then we have a candy tasting station where students will have a chance to taste the candies and guess from which country it's from. There were also stations featuring beads to make bracelets in the colors of a flag and a variety of games. Chinese checkers was a fan favorite and not as simple as it may sound.
No, you can only move over one. So this one you could jump.
A large map was hung in the room, and guests at the event could pin where they were from and where they want to go. SPBG board member Emily Becker helped set up the event and enjoyed talking to people from all over the world.
I'm really glad that there are a lot of people from all over here. There's someone from Thailand here. There's someone from Singapore, Nigeria. And, they all get to come to around here. And it's really nice that they're here, and we welcome them, and we love them.
A successful night in the Student Center left students feeling connected to the greater world.
They should know that we support them even from, from America to India to anywhere.
Reporting for Q30 News, I'm Katie Cohen.
Across the nation, many Americans are waiting to hear the verdict on the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. A.V. Evans is in the studio tonight to give updates to the trial and other news across the country. A.V.?
Thank you, Hannah and Vanessa. Looking at the Midwest, specifically at Wisconsin, the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse continues. Kyle Rittenhouse is a teenager on trial for the killings of Anthony Huber, Joseph Rosenbaum, and wounding a third during the protests against the death of Jacob Blake in Kenosha, Wisconsin last year, where a police officer shot Blake to death. The judge dismissed the misdemeanor charges of possessing a firearm as a minor against Rittenhouse, which prosecutors would have been able to convict him on. However, counts of intentional reckless and attempted homicide are still on the table, as well as reckless endangerment. The trial concluded Monday after a closing rebuttal from the prosecution, and the jurors began their deliberations Tuesday morning, and the public is still awaiting a verdict. Throughout the nation and through the job crisis brought about from COVID-19, a trend has emerged in the labor market, with more Americans quitting their jobs. According to a report done by JOLTS, a record of 4.4 million Americans left their jobs in September. This tops numbers from previous years before the pandemic, with employers trying to fill open positions. The main reason for this trend is that workers are not willing to put up with the working conditions and pay they accepted prior to the pandemic. Else Gold, an economist at the Economic Policy Institute, said that in a statement to Business Insider that, quote, "I certainly think that the pandemic has led many people to reevaluate their work and their priorities and what they want to do," end quote. As Thanksgiving nears and traveling increases, air travel is predicted to exceed the pre-pandemic levels this year. When the pandemic first reached the U.S., airlines took a major hit though when vaccination rates increased, they seem to be on the rise. However, the Delta variant halted that path to normalcy. Nevertheless, now flight bookings for the upcoming holiday have surpassed last year's by 78%. According to Adobe's Digital Economic Index, they say, quote, "After a year where many were unable to see their friends' families for Thanksgiving, we are expecting busy airports this month," end quote. This year's bookings are exceeding those of 2019 by about 3%. significantly recovering from the last year. That is all I have for this week's news. Hannah and Vanessa, back to you both at the desk.
Thanks, Avi. We're going to take our last break for the night.
When we come back, we'll get a sports update from Keith Savage. And Jack Mean was at the first men's basketball game where fans were allowed back at the arena. Stay with us.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing.
After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Drew, spot on this last one. There it is.
Keep going with it. Leo! They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
We're back, and we have Keith Savage in the studio tonight.
What do you have for us, Keith?
Thank you. Let's go right into sports. Men's ice hockey completed a 2-game sweep against the Arizona State Sun Devils over the weekend. The Bobcats came back from a 3-0 deficit in the first game of the series. They are now ranked 5th in the men's USCHO poll. Now on to women's ice hockey, where the team suffered their first loss of the season against ECAC rival Princeton on Saturday 1-0. The day prior, the Bobcats defeated the Tigers 3-1. Even with that loss, the team jumped up 2 spots in the latest USCHO polls. Quinnipiac now ranked 6th in the women's poll. On to the hardware, where men's basketball bounced back and earned the largest victory of the Division I era from defeating Western New England by 51 points on Friday. The team also defeated Holy Cross on Monday 76-68 to start out with 2 wins at home. The Bobcats look to extend their win streak to 3 at home on Saturday against Central Connecticut State. Women's basketball had their first victory of the season against Central Connecticut State on Saturday, where the team won by 29 points. Quinnipiac plays Army on Thursday. Then the team will have a tough matchup in Hamden against the number 4 ranked team in the country, Indiana, this Saturday. We still have one more fall team playing, and it's volleyball. On Sunday, the team blew a 2-0 set lead against Iona to end their regular season 9-9 in the MAC. With that being said, Quinnipiac plays against Marist in the first round of the MAC tournament this Friday. The game will be played on neutral court at Siena. The teams will need to win 2 games to advance to the championship. That will be played this Sunday. That's all I have for sports this week. Back to you guys on the desk.
This will be both mine and Hannah's last time on desk until next fall. So thank you for joining us tonight, and be sure to follow us on Twitter at Q30 News and check out our website at Q30TV.com.
For myself and Vanessa and everyone who helped put on the show tonight, thank you, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.